Okay.
Coach, you've got so many guys who attract attention on this team, whether it's Harden, Jeremy. Do you almost find yourself taking a guy like Chandler Parsons for granted and what he does night in and night out for you guys?
Chandler had a really nice game. I mean, he did a good job defensively. Got some steals that way at times we needed, and he moved the ball. We got a little jammed up in the second quarter, and then we really started moving. I thought James was getting the ball and going fast, and then breaking it down, then finding guys. And Greg Smith really had a good game, just hanging around the basket and being available. So it was a good win for us. And I thought Chandler played very well. I thought that he, James, Tony, and Jeremy all drove and kicked and made plays. And Carlos made a couple of big shots that we needed and stretched the court out for us. So we had a lot of guys that played very well for us tonight.
Kevin, could you talk about Greg's development with Smith and how far he's come?
Greg's a real diligent worker. He kind of knows his game. The thing I'm impressed with Greg is that he catches everything. The guy's got like big old baseball gloves for hands. He's got good hands, and he's got good bounce. He can finish. So he was a guy that I was thinking about going back to because he finishes so well, and I knew we'd have space. They're going to overcompensate to James. They're going to overcompensate to Jeremy. They're going to overcompensate. So if you roll behind, there's going to be some openings. And Greg did a great job of presenting himself, catching and finishing around the basket. And and that's right now. I made a nice little jump hook off a post up, and right now he's a around the basket guy. He actually made a jump shot tonight too. But he's a around the basket guy, and he's doing a nice job.
You always expect, obviously, a team like that to make runs in the second half. With it every storm. Your thoughts about that?
Well, look, we had I'm not sure 12 turnovers at half. I think we had 5 turnovers in the second half, and that for us, we just can't afford to turn the ball over. That just for us, when we turn the ball over, man, we a lot of sketchy things started happening for us, and we just can't afford to have that many type turnovers.
But you talked about finishers. How about Tony Douglas? His job he's doing before.
Tony's been fantastic. And I tell you what, Jeremy had a really good third quarter. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go back to Jeremy. We're gonna maybe play Jeremy and Tony a little bit together. And Tony started playing so good. I was like, man, I just let him go. And that group did a great job of just moving the ball and getting open. And we got off of the middle of the floor a little bit more and started moving the ball a little bit better. And again, for us as a team, we just got to figure out, who we're going to be and how we're going to play. But we've got to have ball movement, body movement, and let the ball find the open guy as opposed to trying to force things. We really have one guy on our team in James that can really make plays, just catch the ball at a dead stop, have a guy in front of him. But even James is, well, every basketball is much better off the move with ball movement and body movement.
You talked about it before the game. How pleased were you with the transition play and after the
Yeah, pretty good. I thought that we got back. We're getting better at it. It's basketball is a game where you get better at what you work at. And we've really got to have an emphasis on transition defense. The first 8 seconds of that clock, we've got to get back, get ourselves build our defense from the paint on out. Don't give up. Don't give up easies, and don't give up those trail threes. So it's a matter of communication, and that's the one thing I'll say that our team needs a big boost in is just the communication. But I don't think that's that unusual for a young team. They got to talk their way through a lot of stuff. And I got ball. You got. And we'll keep on working at it. We'll get better.
Can you say what it meant to you to have KG seek you out like that?
KG and I, we go way back, and he's a good guy. I've always there'll always be a special place in my heart for Kevin. We spent a ton of time together when he was a young guy, and it was very nice. It was a long day for me today. The guy that Sasha's name is actually Alexandra, and the guy who told me, he said he's from Russia. He works for the Celtics. He said, if you love her, it's got to be Sasha. And he came up today, and I talked to him. So it was a long day.
Shots, just try to be aggressive, rebound the ball, and offensively never trying to force anything. Just trying to play within our offense. Really, I just trying to be a facilitator out there, make everyone better, let the game come to me. And that's met with a huge effort team-wise. Offensively, playing unselfish, moving the ball, Defensively, our half-court defense has been great all year long. We got to keep doing that, but this is a big win for us.
Kevin pointed to less turnovers in the second half would be key.
Right, the turnovers in the first half were way too much. It showed because we had a big lead and we started turning the ball over and playing sloppy, and the lead went away real quick. So as long as we keep playing unselfish and playing smart, and not trying to do anything crazy, just make the easy play, we'll be fine.
What did you talk a little bit the other night about you getting a slow start? Looks like you came out tonight and you started right from the jump.
Yeah, I just wanted to be aggressive. I didn't want to wait till the fourth quarter anymore. And I just want to play a complete game, and just going to try and do that. And the team, found me offensively, just trying to be aggressive and play physical and play defense.
This week began those games against the Mavericks and Spurs. What's it mean to finish the league owning the last 5 minutes against a team like that?
It means a lot. It definitely means a lot. Now going on the road, it's going to make these wins much bigger if we get those. We haven't been great on the road this year, so we have to really come with it. Learn from this because there's still some stuff we can work on, but this was definitely a big win. I'm happy that we got the win, but
Thank you.
Another game.
So getting down to back to those last 5 minutes, how'd you get so much better at it than 5 days ago?
Just played together, played hard, did all the little things. We got a little stagnant with our offense, just pick and roll, throwback, pick and roll. And I think when we don't have to call play is when we're really good. When we just play, we have intelligent basketball players, and that showed tonight. We're just trying to be consistent. We can't allow teams to run and then stop and just give up easy buckets. We got to be a consistent team for 48 minutes.
How much confidence? It's been averaging almost 9 rebounds in the last 4. So how much confidence does this team have?
Tons of confidence. We're not shy at all in the offensive end. We got a lot of different guys that can hurt you in many different ways. And I think when you scout us, it's hard to guard because any given guy on any given night can lead us, can make shots, and can score. So all our focus just needs to be on the defensive end because offensively we're fine.
But you know Wilson in the third quarter, that you were just kind of kept the pace up, kept the tempo up, they had to grind you down.
Right.
And it should be time for it.
Yeah, it was huge. They wanted us to play at their pace, and we weren't going to allow that. So a couple of possessions, we slowed the ball down, and then we wasn't good. So we can't allow style of play from the other team to impact the way we play. We have to play our game.
Did you see Garnett go up and hug Kevin?
I did. That was awesome. He's not that nice during the game, but that was a nice shot.
Get off my back. Get off my back.
Is Coach McHale still emotional
I've already seen everything.
in the locker room with you all?
Breaking Bad.
No, I mean,
Walking Dead.
He's going to have good days, he's going to have bad days. The best thing we can do is just be there for him.
What else is there?
It's a terrible
American
situation.
Horror Story right now.
It's unfortunate situation, but he's been pretty positive for the most part.
He definitely played a good game. I'm sure we slowed him down completely, but we just tried to get our arms passing and things like that. Just try to disrupt him with pressure and kind of going under string.
Hey, I heard that Rondo was actually looking forward to playing against you tonight and pretty much gunning for you tonight from what I hear in that locker room down there. What are your thoughts on that? When a guy is basically coming at you and calls it out.
That's fine with me. That's pretty much what it's going to be every night. I've already gotten used to that. And, ever since the whole thing in New York, the whole Linsanity thing got blown up, and there's so much attention and media, that just makes you a natural target in the league. And so, I think that's what I've been used to. Is everybody wants to get their best shot, and it's not just me. There's other people. You look at Miami, or, big market teams like LA. It's like everyone looks forward to play against those teams. They want to give them their best shot.
You mentioned after New York left here that, it was a relief, but that wasn't equal to what's waiting. What do you think is waiting for when New York left here? You mentioned you knew you had a game there. And really Toronto was kind of, how they feel about you too. What are these next 2 games going to be like? The atmosphere, the feelings?
It'll be wild, it'll be fun. I don't really know what's going to happen exactly, but we can go out there as a team. It's not about me or anything, any individual or whatever. We're going to go out there. I'm going to go out there. I'm just going to try to play as hard as I can, have some fun, and whatever the crowds are like, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of energy.
Do you feel like you're better equipped to playing with that kind of target you were talking about than 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it's just time. It's just over time you kind of get used to it, and you know, it's not like anything personal, but it's good because it helps me get, like, if I keep seeing you know, if people are gunning for me, that forces me to have to be better, and you know, I wouldn't want it any other way, to be honest.
If you were to think about last year and all this stuff, where's Toronto fit in there? What happened there?
We had 2 games in Toronto.
You know which one I'm thinking of.
One of them turned out good, and the other one didn't. So, you know, I don't know. That was just a great, you know, that was a great memory for me. I enjoyed that game, and you know, I'll be able to look back on that and appreciate that, you know, further down the road.
What kind of reception do you think they're going to get in MSG?
I have no idea. Probably be a little bit of. I honestly don't know. I'm not going to guess. We'll see.
Jeremy, 25 fast break points for you guys tonight. In the second half, the turnovers were down, and you guys were forcing some turnovers down, running off them. Can you talk a little bit about the transition from the first half to the second half? What you guys did?
It's just a point of emphasis for us to get turnovers down, so that's what we really try to do. And you know, we just kind of regrouped in terms of what we wanted to do in terms of taking care of the ball.
Did you see Kevin after play?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's classy. I mean, it's classy, and everyone knows coach's spot in that organization. His strong.
What is it win over a quality team like that? The way you have to hit the second half?
It means a lot. I mean, we're back to 500, and you know, we're showing ourselves glimpses of what we're capable of doing. You know, the key is to be able to build on it. Just, you know, you do it once, you know, you got to do it twice, and trying to get that momentum built up so that we're not, you know, one good game here, one bad game here, one good game here. We can't afford to give stuff up.
I just walked in. I couldn't get up. I know it's going to be a couple of days yet. We're going to see you. You talked about
it would be nice to get back to MSG, and that's where for me a lot of it began. And so, you know, for me, I'll be thankful, and I'll be glad to be back.
We did a pretty good job. I think we learned. Like I said, we have stages where, you know, we show pretty good, you know, team signs of a very good team, and then we have signs where we show our youth and how young we are. So we just got to continue to stick with it, you know, for all 4 quarters, and kind of got down to ourselves, especially in that second quarter when they made a run. But in the second half, we really played well.
James, when you hear Rondo say before the game that he's gunning for Lin tonight, and he's trying to get a triple-double tonight just to show Lin up. Do you guys hear that speak? Do you guys hear that at all?
No, I didn't hear that at all. But we don't really get too carried away with our, you know, individual matchups. I think you know, the more we play as a team and build our chemistry up, the harder it's going to be to guard us. You know, we can't get carried away and, you know, who's guarding us and who we're guarding, because that's not the type of team we are.
How crucial was it 5 turnovers in the second half? I mean, that's night and day.
That's the way we play.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way we should play. You know, in the first half we had, I think, 12 turnovers, and they kind of got some easy points. You know, and you know, counting off that. But second half, like I said, we played pretty well. You know, cut our turnovers down and scored the ball.
James, what do you think of the job by Greg Smith?
Unbelievable. You know, big games he steps up. You know, do a great job of finishing around the basket. He plays some, you know, great defense against their bigs as well. So you know, he's learning. You know, he's getting more playing time, and you know, the more playing time he gets, he's going to be better.
Y'all were able to weather what they were doing in the second half and kept it going. Some thoughts about that?
Just limiting our turnovers. Our turnovers was a big part. You know, being strong with the ball, making the right and an easy play, and you know, really you know, focusing on our traps. You know, they really do a good job of trapping the ball, so we just had to make them pay for it, and our guys knocked down some shots.
Jeremy goes back to Toronto and New York on this trip. Having been there, having done what he's about to, is there something you would advise?
No, just go out there and play the same way he's been playing. You know, scoring the ball, making plays for his teammates. You know, we don't really get carried away with, you know, the who we're playing. He's going back to Toronto and New York. Obviously, you know, the media's going to hype that up, but I mean, he's just trying to find a way. I think we're all trying to find a way to play amongst each other in a better way.
Kim, did you see Garnett go and get Kevin Harden in the game?
Yeah, I mean, he inspires me. You know, from you know all the time he's been in the league. You know, the energy he brings to the game. You know, it's a certain feel that you know, he brings that toughness to the game, and I think, you know, I learned a lot from him as far as in that aspect.
What about the touch, how touching it was from the goal?
Oh yeah, that just shows the great, you know, type of person he is, and Doc Rivers. He went over to, you know, Coach McHale, you know, showing their condolences. So, you know, some beautiful people in his league.